Something like 70% of our entire workforce is undocumented immigrants, and they straight up are not showing up for work anymore.
I have a question for the rest of America. Does anyone even care about Nebraska?
It's one of those cases where you effed around and now you're gonna find out again.
I got this, Blahzaye. And did the MAGA voters in Nebraska utterly screw the farming industry? I don't know. Let's find out.
Maybe y'all saw the news out of Nebraska today. Apparently our entire state is gonna go bankrupt in 2 quarters. Me and my husband owned a cattle ranch here, and I can confirm that all of the cattle ranchers here overwhelmingly voted for Trump. We support him. We voted for him. Something like 70% of our entire workforce is undocumented immigrants, and they straight up are not showing up for work anymore. They have all either fled the country, fled the state. They don't want to get raided while at work, so they have just moved on to work somewhere else. And straight up, we are gonna go bankrupt now. We are gonna go bankrupt. And yeah, we voted. We knew that the immigrants would get deported, and he was coming after immigrants. Yet we still voted for it. Overwhelmingly voted for our own demise. I was talking to my husband last night, and I have to admit that it seems a bit foolish now when you think about it like that we voted for something that is now putting us directly out of business.
And that's absolutely true. And I mean, it's just good polling. I mean, I would say good campaigning that Trump was able to do to get people to vote against their overall interest, especially in Nebraska, when you know that a lot of your workforce is undocumented immigrants. But hey, it is what it is. Let's go to the comments. They don't regret voting for Trump. They regret paying the price. That's what happens when you vote to hurt other people. Amen. The old I'm okay, Jack mentality. Where are all the hardworking white MAGA Americans to take these jobs? You know, those jobs are open now, guys. Everybody can get it. This is the funny one. Racism is expensive. Like, oh, you hate all those immigrants. None of them work hard. They're all lazy. Racism is expensive. Wait, I voted to hurt other people, not myself? You inflicted damage to you. Intelligence is chasing you, but you are fast. Where are those who were saying immigrants are taking their jobs? Those are the black jobs. Oh no, the black jobs. Next video. So that was copyright. 200 Nebraska farmers remain silent during auction so a young man can buy back his family farm. I mean, it sucks that people even have to go through this type of stuff right here. Let's go to the comments. That's what Nebraskans do. They are family, us country folks. Nebraska is going broke in 6 months, and farmers are losing their farms just like his last term. These Trumpers, I mean, it's these new policies that have been coming into place that are hurting, you know, the Nebraska farmers. I mean, luckily the community is circling around them, trying to support them, so nobody else can come. It'd be so funny if somebody just came in and like, I bid $100. I'll take his farm. You'd probably get jumped by all these people, though, to be completely honest. Next video.
Since the election, everyone has reminded me that I thought Kamala Harris was going to win. Everyone has reminded me that she didn't win and Donald Trump won. I've seen it over and over and over again. But what I also said was if Donald Trump did win, it would be a disaster for farmers and oil workers, because last time Donald Trump was president, it was a disaster for farmers and oil workers. Now, he really hasn't gotten to oil workers yet, but hey, farmers, how you doing? Yeah, you see, the last time Donald Trump was president, over 100,000 farms went belly up in America. So here he runs for president again, and what do you farmers do? Yeah, you vote for him again. And I don't understand why, but it's one of those cases where you effed around and now you're gonna find out again. Because apparently he didn't do enough damage the first time. You wanted to see it a second time. So here we are.
Tell him. Yeah. Didn't do it bad enough to you guys the first time. He had to come back around. You guys wanted it again. To the comments. For all the American workers that say immigrants steal your jobs, this is your chance to go out there and work, guys. Free jobs out there now. Nobody listened until it's too late. They voted for the separation of families and racism. They didn't expect it would be for their own demise. Racism over logic is how they voted. Stupid is as stupid does. Guys, yeah, the labor there was so cheap, but I guess that infuriated you. I just just keep going back to great political campaigning, utilizing fear to have people vote against their interests, guys. That's the stuff that we just need to be recognizing day by day when we start to see these campaign cycles, and like what kind of fear are they using to push their agendas to make you scared to vote against your own damn interests. And that's what happened in this case. Next week.
They're the largest tariffs in a century. They're larger than the Smoot-Hawley tariffs, which many people say directly contributed to the Great Depression. Does that worry you?
Of course, those concerns are in the back of my mind, but as we've already alluded to, we're optimists. We do a lot of praying. We have a lot of faith, and our faith is in God and not in administration.
In agriculture, there's about 85% of what happens on my farm that is completely out of my control.
Yeah.
So I have to do the very best I can at managing that 15% of inputs and cost and labor and marketing and signing the best contract and doing the best job that I can, and leave the other 85% up to the good Lord. And that's all we can do. Whether it's weather or disease or a hailstorm or a pandemic or administration. And we just weather the storm.
I mean, in North Carolina, every year we prepare for a major hurricane.
Right.
You know, every 3 or 4 years, something drastic's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we're used and we're accustomed to that. Now it's just that much more challenging that we got to get through it and know how to and weather this economic cycle, this storm.
This is the thing I think that confounds people. You're talking about acts of God, acts of nature, hurricanes, rainstorms. This isn't that. This is a person in the White House making decisions. Does that frustrate you at all?
In the world now, we need certainty and we need consistency. And we, like Brandon said earlier, we've got to have trade. All of our markets are depressed right now, and the only way to really succumb to that is we've got to be sending stuff on boats going across the seas.
Yeah.
But I think that's also where part of not just the president comes into play, but I think that's where also a lot of the cabinets of staff and all the people that
Cabinet
he has,
secretaries.
and also all your other department agencies come into play and making sure we have those relationships.
Do you think the president has that?
I mean, I think he knows he's got people in place, and I'm hoping that that's what he can rely on.
I would rather face this trade war than a Category 4 or 5 storm coming off the coast of Wilmington straight towards us.
I like how she had to bring them back and be like, yeah, these aren't acts of God, to normal people, these aren't acts of God. It's just Trump making all these policies that are directly hurting you guys. That's the 85% part right there. Well, that's at least 70%. Let's go to the comments. Fine, let them pray. No bailouts, no socialism. I know you guys hate socialism. We can't be giving you any government money. You got to just weather that storm by yourself. So then economy mattered under Biden, but not now. You got to weather now. Now it's okay. Now we just got to suffer through this pain. In order to you got to break a couple of eggs in order to make an omelet, right? Yeah. Don't you guys understand that? Stop looking at your 401k. That doesn't matter anymore. I'm sure the church will help them out with those costs. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You've been paying your church dues, right? The tariff is not a national disaster. It is a choice. Yeah. She had to reel them back in. I grew up in North Carolina. This is called masking racism. You reap what you sow. So yeah, this is in North Carolina, but I think the same logic just applies even with the Nebraska farmers. It's just the farmers in America getting handled right now. Next week.
I hear Nebraska's not too happy, and that a lot of them are facing bankruptcy after they can't find people to work. A lot of people aren't coming to work right now, worried that they're going to get picked up by ICE. And there was even one family that said they had a 300-year-old ranch that they may lose. And I said, 300-year-old ranch? That'd have been 1725. I wonder what the Native Americans thought about it. But I don't know, Nebraska. Maybe they'll give you some of the money from Illinois that he kept. I'm not sure. I mean, y'all voted for him, so maybe he'll give you all that money. All right, Nebraska, I hope things work out for you, and I hope your state don't go bankrupt. I hope not. Or get out there and get working.
Get working?
Hire. I mean, the unemployment office, that's where you go if people need jobs. Go to the unemployment office and tell them you're looking for work. I'm sure they'd be able to get something figured out. Yeah, good luck, Nebraska. I hope everyone does well. Bye.
They voted. Go to the comments. He said they voted for this. There's absolutely no 300-year-old ranch in Nebraska. Only Native Americans inhabited that area, and it was also owned by the Spanish at that time. Even the Spanish didn't go there to establish. And no handouts. Yeah, that's socialism. He can't just take away money and then from Illinois and then give it to Nebraska. They can't. They don't want that anyways. They voted against that, right? Wouldn't Doge come in and take away that money? There's no socialism over here. All capitalism, free jobs. Get those jobs out there. Elections have consequences. Who did they vote for? Are we great again yet? When are we going to be great again? It's been 100 days, hasn't it? Thoughts and prayers. Amen. I hope everyone, everything stays pristine for you. Next one.
I have a question for the rest of America. Does anyone even care about Nebraska? Does anyone even care? I have a question for the rest of America.
I think everybody cares, but it's just the fact that the majority of Americans voted for Trump, and these are the policies that are coming down, and everybody's being hurt. So I think everybody cares. Throw down in the comments if like you just don't care. You care that people get what they voted for. That's what you care about. Let's go to the comments. You, madam, are now the spokesperson for all of Nebraska. Nebraska voted against their own interests, but now they're acting like some God. Oh no, my farm. Where's my workers? You scared away my workers. Oh no. As a blue voter living in Nebraska, no, I don't care about those who chose groceries over people. Oh, they're like, oh, the egg cost is going to go down. The gas cost is going to go down. That's what I voted for. And then Trump is over here saying that Trump was just saying that the gas prices have gone down 87% and eggs have gone down 92%. Let me know in the comments if that's correct or not. It's like, what are you actually saying? It's so bold. If it's like a bold lie, like how can that come from? It's like, you're like, if the president's saying it, it must be true. These days. As a New Yorker, no. As a human being, also no. Caring would be woke, and y'all don't like that, so can't have no woke nonsense.
So as a Nebraskan, the farmers predominantly voted for the current president. They also voted for Pete Ricketts and Deb Fisher, who aren't doing anything for them. And China announced that they're not going to buy corn and soybeans today, or I think they've done it over the last couple days. I think it was last week, because of the trade war their current president that they voted for decided to wage, a trade war with China. They're not going to buy your goods. And I know that a lot of you have said that you want aid. Well, as a taxpayer who lives in Nebraska who did vote for the right candidate, I don't think I want my tax dollars going to bail you out. I think you actually should sit in your decisions and feel the effects. You want us to. Every time we vote for a Democrat and you say they're horrible. So at this point in time, I'm going to tell you the same thing you say to me back. You wanted to vote for this. Now you get to deal with the consequences. And I don't think I should have to bail you out because I work hard for my money too, and my dollars shouldn't bail out your bad decisions. So yeah, today I'm telling you, the farmers here in Nebraska, you need to deal with your own decisions. It's your consequences, not mine, and I don't want to pay for them.
Yeah, the people are not playing those games. I don't want my tax dollars going to you, bail you out because you made the wrong decision is what she's saying. To the comments, farmers want socialism for them, capitalism for everybody else. Isn't that how it always is with like the hypocrisy stuff? Everybody like, oh, they're socialist until they need it. You exactly nailed it. Bailout for the second time around for the second administration of Trump, but the rest of us, sorry, we're closing down the government. Yep. All these federal workers, you're going to get fired. U.S. aid can't have no soft power. No soft power here. That's social wokeism. You're wasting my tax. This guy has the same comment. Racism is expensive. They have bootstraps. They can get through this. Tighten those bootstraps. I agree with this lady 1,000,000%. Actions have consequences. And now we'll leave it at that, guys. Tell me what you think down in the comments. This is a definite, just direct FAFO. Hopefully all these farmers don't lose their farms. We don't really want that, right? Hopefully they can pull themselves up by the bootstraps and get that shit done and get the workers that they need on the farms. There's going to be a lot of open jobs out in Nebraska. Like the video, hit the button, comment down below, and subscribe to content like this in the future. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.